Hi all, my name is Catherine, Assistant Professor from the Department of AML, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. So, in this lecture series, we have seen about the OSI security architecture, what are the services it is providing. We saw about the attacks, we saw about the mechanisms and the services provided, and the CA tried. Today, we shall see about the network security model. So before getting into this picture, we should understand some basic concepts which we will be learning throughout this series. So, so here, the basic concepts are you should know these terms and terminologies. Only then we can continue with when we go to the later techniques and terminologies. These terms will be used very often. So plain text. Plain text, it is the original intelligible message. That is the message which you are typing, whether you are sending an email or you're sending a text message or whatever it could be. The original message which you are sending, like, hi, let us meet tomorrow, that is the original plain text. The ciphertext is the coded message. As I told you earlier, one of the mechanisms, services provided is encryption. One of the techniques we are going to use is encryption, encipherment. I told you, like, it will not be readily readable with the naked eyes. So you have written a message like, hi, let us meet tomorrow. So what this mechanism actually does is it will change that message into an unreadable format. For instead of H and I, some letters or some symbols or some numbers could be there. So when you see that message, it will look like Greek and Latin to us. We will not be able to understand that immediately. For that, we use certain algorithms, techniques, concepts, whatever you can name it. So cipher is the algorithm for transforming this plain text to ciphertext. So, and under cipher, we have two types, encipher and decipher, that is encryption and decryption. So when the sender sends a message, it is being encrypted and sent to the receiving side. So that receiving side, whatever they are receiving is the ciphertext, which cannot be readily readable with naked eyes. So what they have to, in order to read it, the original user has to somehow, they have to know that message, right? Hi, let's meet tomorrow. So they have to do decryption or decipher. So recovering the plain text from ciphertext is called as decryption, decipher, or whatever you can call it. Any term is correct only. So we know what is a plain text. Plain text is the original intelligible message. That is, hi, let's meet up. Ciphertext will be what it would be. Could be the alphabets could be rearranged and put in some way, or instead of letters, there will be numbers will be substituted. Instead of letters, pictures or images, the symbols could be substituted. So that depends upon the algorithm or the cipher. So we have two types of cipher, encipher and decipher. In encryption part, the sender encrypts the original plain text into a ciphertext and he sends it over the internet. So what the receiving side, what he receives is the ciphertext or the decrypted message. What he has to do is he has to convert it back into plain text. That technique is called as decryption. So here we need one important, very, very important thing which makes this all work is the key. So it is the info used in the cipher known only to the sender and the receiver. Only with this key, you can use this algorithm. So the sender and the receiver has to agree upon some common keys. Only then they can proceed with this encryption and decryption algorithms. So this is the network security model. This is how the message is being sent over the internet. So you see a sender here, he is sending a message. So in order to, he cannot simply send a message like, hi, let's meet up. He will be sending what happens in the network layer or the security layer. What happens is that message is being converted into a secure message. That is it is being converted into a ciphertext with the help of a key. So here this encrypted message passes through the information channel or the internet. So it reaches the receiving side. What he receives is the secure message, that is the encrypted message. So in order to decrypt it, he'll use the same algorithm and then he'll decrypt the message and take out the plain text from it. So in order to make that both happen, the sender and the receiver has to agree upon a key. It's like opening. Imagine like you put a safe thing inside. box, and you put a costly diamond necklace inside a jewelry box, and you lock it up, and you want to send it to your friend. So you are giving to a middleman, like your neighbor is there. You're giving it to your neighbor and telling him, like, could you please deliver it to my friend. So what he is taking is, he's taking the jewelry box from you, but he does not have the access to, he does not know what is inside. But the people's nature is to know what is inside, right? So it's locked, the jewelry box is locked, so your diamond necklace is safe. So he goes and he delivers it to your friend. So in order to open and use that jewelry, he needs to have the key whichever you have locked with it. So the key should be shared between the sender as well as the receiver. So you won't send the key through this intermediate middleman, so he might open and see, right? So that is when we trust upon a third party. So this third party will supply the keys to both of you. So that is how the message is also being encrypted, and it is being sent from one place to the another place, and it is being decrypted on the other side. So here, this is the symmetric cipher model. Symmetric cipher model is nothing but the sender and the receiver, are both of them are using a same key. For encryption also you use that key. For decryption also you use that same key. When you use a asymmetric cipher model, as the name tells, the sender will be using a different key and the receiver will be decrypting it using a different key. So that is very way more secure compared to the symmetric cipher model. But let us start slowly from the basics, then we can go ahead with the complicated concepts. So here in this picture, what happens is, the plain text is the input. You know that that is the readily intelligible message. So what he does is, the plain text is being sent to an encryption algorithm with the help of the key. So the plain text here is X, and the key is denoted as K, and the encryption algorithm is AES algorithm. So what it does is, the encryption algorithm, the AES algorithm, I'll explain you later. So the encryption algorithm, what it does is, it takes the message X, and along with the help of the key K, it puts into this encryption algorithm, it converts it into a ciphertext. So why is the ciphertext? What is the output we get out of this encryption algorithm? So this ciphertext is being sent to the receiving side. There, the receiver will have a decryption algorithm, which is just the reverse of the encryption algorithm. Always remember, the decryption algorithm will always be the reverse of the encryption algorithm. So here, what he does is, with the help of the secret key that is shared by the sender and the receiver, he puts that ciphertext into this decryption algorithm, and he will get, what will be the output? Obviously it will be the plain text. So here, X will be, you will get X out of this decryption algorithm. So this is how basically the encryption and decryption works. We'll be using different types of algorithms depending on the security. If you want more security for your message, you can go to high level, high end security algorithms. Slowly we'll start from the basic techniques and algorithms which is being used, then we shall go to the later part.